I suppose the thing to say about last weekend was a good comeback.
Yeah, you can look at it two sides really. I thought it was an excellent comeback, but having scored so early in the second half to draw level, we really took the game to them, and disappointing for us we didn't get that winning goal.
More disappointing was to go 2 goals down, I suspect.
Well, that was desperately disappointing. The manner of the goals were so disappointing. Shocking really, and so unlike us, so unlike Alex, who's been excellent for us, but just shows you sometimes the lack of concentration or the wrong decisions can prove quite costly at this level.
And that has been a theme this season, isn't it? It's switching off for just the odd moment and it's cost you dear.
Yeah, at both sides, because defensively we've got a great record. We're top 10 in terms of our defensive record this year, so we can't be moaning at that too much. But when you don't score enough goals, you don't give yourself that room for any mistakes, do you? And I think that's where we've been. Saying that, we're putting the ball in the back of the net now, and we're creating more chances with the players we've got on the pitch. So we're looking at the positives.
That was the first time in the league you scored 2 in a game this season.
Yeah, again, disappointing, isn't it? But could have easily got 4 or 5 on Saturday. Keeper had a fantastic game for them, but we haven't worked him enough either. Hit a lot of shots off target. Weren't clinical enough, because on another day we win that game quite comfortably.
Back at Agborough then this weekend, and you ran into an Ebbsfleet side that, they produced arguably the result of the day last Saturday in the league.
Unbelievable, isn't it? And the week before they got stuffed 4-0 to Oxford, who we played last week, so it just shows you the inconsistency of the level. I think we've been quite consistent this year in terms of our performances, but I'll take inconsistent with winning and losing at the moment. But listen, they're a good team. Just been going through the squad and the clips. Good players, good squad, good manager. Like us last year, got promoted, and I found it tough the last month, but last week's results got to give them a great lift, so we've got to slap them back down again.
Yeah, a win now is very important, obviously, but off the back of 2 draws, if you win on Saturday, you build a little bit of momentum.
Yeah, that's what we've got to jump on. Plus, we haven't got a league game for 2 weeks, so I think it's vital we pick up positive points now. Going into the Christmas period, and we need them. We know exactly where we are, and we need points sooner rather than later. And I'm confident we will do.
Have you seen improvement in recent weeks?
I have, because we're more than a match and we're creating chances, and I think if those chances go in or we score the first goal, the game looks completely different. So yeah, with the returns of Jack Lambert, Ryan McLean, who we brought in. Got pace. Ashley Emmett scored his first goal. I think that's the start of things to come, and the big man's scoring quite consistently now. So with those players coming in, Ben Tolley and players we're looking to bring in as well, we've got to have positivity around the club.
You mentioned players you're looking to bring in. I know it's the weekly question I always ask. You've been on the hunt for a striker. Any news?
Yeah, there's news. Yeah, it's just when, and that's the disappointing thing and frustrating thing, because due to our league position, I think players and teams second think things, so it's a waiting game, and the players we're looking to bring in are also attracting attention from others, so there's patience and there's overkill, and at the moment there's a bit of overkill, and we need the players in now. So listen, there's players out there, and we're going to have to take a gamble on a couple, I think, coming.
So you say there's news. I mean, you've kind of in advanced talks with players?
Yeah, advanced talks, yeah, and clubs, but we have been for the last 6 weeks, Trev. For one way or the other, it's usually the player that turns it down. So, are we looking too high? Are we looking too good? Who knows? I'm still learning the level of players that want to come to this level. But listen, hopefully there's some good news. If not Saturday, definitely for the next league game in Maidenhead.
Well, you always analyse what's gone on so far in the season. I guess it's you and Jimmy and the rest of the coaching staff sit down and go through things. With the benefit of hindsight, which I accept isn't an exact science, do you wish now perhaps you made more changes in the summer and brought more people in? I know you had to keep faith with the side that kept you up. I understand, got you up rather. I understand that. But do you wish some now perhaps made a few more changes?
Well, obviously the easy answer is to say yes when you're bottom of the league. But I do believe with the squad we've got, we should be on more points, and if we were on 7-8 more points, I don't think that question's asked, and that's the difficult thing for me. I think we're 8 points, probably 8 or 9 points less off than where we definitely should be at, but we're not. So I can't really answer that question, so I'll let everyone else have a think about that, but yeah, tough one.
Psychologically, with the run of games you've got between now and the turn of the year, you could do with being certainly off the bottom of the league, and ideally at the bottom 4 come the turn of the year.
Yeah, all in and around it, really close, which gives us, let's say, 20 games to really have a right fight. We know where we are within a relegation battle, and there's no hiding away from that. But we're looking forward to it, and we had a load of pressure on us last year, and that's something I'm jumping on. We're good with pressure, and we've had 2 good points, and it should have been more. So we've got to jump on that at the moment.
How do you view the trophy game? Obviously, you've got league game this weekend. I know it's one game at a time, etc. But is that a chance to give a few players a run?
No, best team will get picked next Saturday. We're going up against Stourbridge, where I'm from, local derby. Know a lot of people there. We're looking to win the game at home. If we don't win the game, I'm getting more abuse from the crowd. So listen, I've always took the trophy really strongly. Got there as a player to the final. Wembley's a great incentive, and I just said to the players, you stay up this year, and we get to Wembley. It's been a fantastic year, so that's got to be our ambition.
And a trophy run can sort of fire up the league form as well if you get 3 or 4 wins.
We know that with the FA Cup last year, and players want to play in it. Who wouldn't want to play in front of 3,000 at Stourbridge next week? That's, as a footballer, I'll be very surprised if anyone says no. So that's an easy game to be selected for. Really looking forward to that. So we've got 2 big home games now where we can start to build some real momentum.
In terms of your longer term injury victims, you've mentioned at the end of November as a possible return time. Obviously we're at the end of November.
Yeah.
How's that looking?
Yeah, well, they're all training today, which is great. Are they going to be selected for Saturday? No. But the following Saturday I think they could all be in contention, which is great news. Even that big Irish voice on the training ground today will help just everybody around the football club. It's been a frustrating time. And then Joe Leasley, who's come with a naughty November moustache lately, Freddie Mercury, having him available is great for the changing room too.
So it must be looking better in the physio's room now. It's been pretty well populated this season, but it must be they're thinning out a bit there.
Yeah, well, he's earned his money, our physio. So sometimes that's the look you need. And losing your captain in the first 80 minutes of the season hasn't helped us. But saying that, we need to do better without him, because I think we're relying so heavily on him. I don't think we can expect Roy Keane to be coming back next week. But listen, just him being around now is a positive anyway. He's travelling to games, he's warming up now, so he's a big part of us.
Yeah, it's going to take time for him to get back to top form, obviously.
Hopefully, but that's what the physios are here for, the rehab. Hopefully not. We're a full-time football club. I expect when Shane Burns selected him to be playing 90 minutes. He's paid to look after himself, which he has done, and to be fit as a fiddle once on return.
Final point, just going back to your targets. Obviously, you say you might have to sort of take a punt. That wasn't exactly the expression, but that's roughly what you were saying. Is anyone likely to be in by the weekend, do you think?
Probably not Saturday, no. I could bring someone in Saturday. I could bring 5 players in Saturday, but they've got to be good enough. We have to probably go into a different market now in terms of who we want. But also keep that market on the side open. There's been a lot of noise in the last 2 weeks whether everyone with that half a season point is starting to look at new squads and new recruits. So I'm very confident, definitely for Maidenhead, we'll have a couple of players in the building.
And finally, the very last point, after the Oxford game, didn't pick up any other injuries?
Just niggles on the 4G. We had to look after Matt Preston last week, so he's fit and available. Sam Robinson's back fit and available. Reece McNally has a light calf strain, but he'll be fine.
It's good news on Sam Robinson, because the initial fears there were it might be a bit longer than that.
Yeah, he was. It just he doesn't go down lightly, but it's one of those games he just opened his knee up, and it takes 6 or 7 days. But he's back out there today, and hopefully come through this. He'll be available for Saturday.